We are recording.
Alright.
That's a good look, bro.
Thank you, sir. Oh, wait, you gotta make sure they're on.
Bro, this is not smell-o-vision. They're not gonna smell your feet, okay? So you don't have to be so self-conscious. Alright, you're good. Alright, guys, so this video, I am trying something a little bit different angle. I'm just trying to get best angle possible for these conversations.
See how this works.
See how this works. So this episode is gonna be basically just talking about the Prosolo and our experiences in the Prosolo, and you know what we recommend and how it was, you know, just like the overall situation. Bro, leave your feet alone. Right? What are you, like 3 years old? You know, bump the camera. So, I mean, for the most part, from what we see on regular Prosolos, there's the Prosolos differs from every other autocross in the sense that you have a tree, like the lights, and that you have, you know, side-by-side racing. You know, it's like the mirrored course, right?
Yeah.
Mirrored course on the other side.
Yeah, two courses that are mirrored, and you do heads-up racing, like
right,
sort of drag racing, and that's where the similarities change from drag racing to autocross.
Right, and unfortunately for our experience, like you can see a couple videos back from me, like some of the in-car footage and some of the footage that we had, you know, walking the course and everything, so you guys can check that out. And I say, for compared to like regular autocross, the Prosolo is a lot more intense.
That was a new experience when it comes to autocross, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, just the fact that you have the tree itself and your reaction time counts towards your overall time, it already adds a extra step of difficulty to, you know, regular autocross. And the other part is they added another step of difficulty, is that you can't have a perfect reaction time when it comes to 000.
Yep.
You have to have 500 or more. So if you get less than 500, you red lighted. So your run does not count.
Can't go any faster than 0.5 a second.
So that adds you're already off the bat starting with 0.5 seconds to your time. Like off the bat, and your car is not even moving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another level of difficulty that is on you know, a Prosolo. It's a lot more intense. You get a practice day that you can choose to buy more practice runs, which I highly recommend. I didn't do it because I was on borrowed tires, and the more runs I do, the more money I would have spent, you know.
It costs more to run.
It costs actually more to run for me than just $10 for 3 runs. So that's a good thing about the Prosolo. You still have to work, meaning you have to pick up cones when you're not running. So that's one thing that is similar like other autocrosses. But I had an amazing time. I think usually Prosolos are 3 days, not 2 days. But this event in particular was a 2-day event. We got there Friday. We, you know, rested up. Well, they rested up. I got there late.
Roughly, yeah.
I got there late, and you know, they got some time to rest. You know, loading and unloading a race car trailer, whatever you want to call it, is really taxing. So I was a little extra tired than these guys were. They're for the most part pretty rested. They were like in STR. I was in XP. So, you know, that class is just show up with your car and run and go home. It's pretty easy, pretty cut and dry, and it's amazing for them. And I'm kind of a little jelly that it's not that easy for me. But at the same time, you know, they're pretty good friends, so they help me out with loading and unloading the car for the most part. That's
all about, man.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, having fun. And, you know, I think autocross and racing in general is a 50-50 type of deal when it comes to, like, the experience and the racing. You know, the experience part is, you know, your friends, you know, the people you meet, the conversations you come across, all the adventures you come across, and definitely
the rivalries you build. The
rivalries you build, you know, not a bad rivalry. You know, you want to beat somebody, but if they ever need help, you'll help them. So one of our adventures was the hotel. A healthy tip that I can give everybody is
get your hotels and events like a week beforehand is already too late.
Yeah, get your room and board ahead of time, because
especially if you're gonna be staying at a hotel near the firm, and it's not a big town.
Yeah, so the hotel we ended up in was not the best. It was kin of sleeping next to a cockroach. It was pretty bad.
Might have been the best of the town.
You never know. But get your stuff ahead of time, guys. Don't do like us. We were irresponsible. You know, we were last minute Joes. You know, like we don't want to do that.
Lessons were learned for sure.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
you know, I think rest is a key
Oh, that's
factor in being
big one.
100% toward the day of racing. Practice runs, having your sleep, being well rested, not worrying too much is a key to having a good day and racing, autocross, whatever you guys want to call it. And you guys might have noticed that this Pro Solo wasn't like the other ones because, you know, we weren't side by side. It was just one car on the track. We were using the firm, the track. If you guys haven't gone to the firm, it's a pretty fun course.
Definitely do a track day if you get the chance there. Awesome track.
Yeah, the
Love it
firm.
there.
The firm is a good track. It's an awesome track. I love the firm. It's not too long. It has a couple straightaways that are pretty fun, and it keeps you involved a lot of the time.
24/7.
You're always working for it. You're always working
You
for
got a
it.
good mix of everything. You got like a decent straightaway. You can wide open the car up a good bit. There's a nice hairpin turn. There's
Nice
a couple,
S's.
couple S's. A couple high speed corners.
Yeah.
They're depending the car you're in. You go flat out. You just turn and go.
Yeah. We've done rallycross at the firm. They have rallycross events. They have time attack events. They have, you know, track day events.
And
You can also rent the track.
Yeah.
They'll teach you how to drive in rally style driving. They have a lot of programs. If you're a local and
They're
you
well
pay,
equipped.
I think $1,000, you have unlimited access to the track.
$1,000 per year. You got limited access for track days.
Just think about that for a second.
The value there is really good.
I would have moved there, but if I were to be building my car and I want to test my car and stuff like that, even if I'm in all the way in Miami, which is like about how many hours away? Like 3 hours?
No.
3.5?
I wish.
4 hours?
5.5.
5.5 hours. If I was a legitimate car guy that I was going around the country and doing stuff like that, the firm would be a place that I would visit because of how cheap it is to be on the track, to get your car tested, to tune your car, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, check out the firm. They lend themselves to do all these. We've done state championships there.
Mm-hmm.
We've done the Pro Solo there. We've done track days there. We've done rallycross there. All these videos are on my channel. So you guys, if you guys have questions about that, want to see the event, you can go back on this channel and you can just search a bunch of stuff we've done at the firm.
I think they're starting to do drift events there too, because there's one. It was either coming up or already passed.
That's good. I mean, like these most tracks, they go out of business because they have no flow of, you know, customers. So the more this track does, the longer they'll stay around.
Yep.
You know, and we highly recommend that if you, let's say you have your Miata club, you guys can rent the track for one day and go ham on the track nonstop. Because to be honest, the only limiting factor for me not being on the track the day we did the track day with a grip brigade was just being out there a lot longer than I thought I was gonna be, and the car kind of like being like, yo, like let's go in for a break type of deal, you know. Like I could have stayed out there all day, they would have said nothing.
Nope.
So that's a good thing about the firm. I highly recommend the firm.
You
But-
get a lot of track there.
Oh yeah, but going back on the original subject here is the Pro Solo. If it's your first autocross, this is not for you.
There's
You're
a lot
gonna
of pros.
struggle a lot because I struggled in, like, example, registration, waivers, being up to date with all your SCCA stuff. Like I struggled. I hate paperwork. You know, like paperwork is not my thing. You know, being online and jumping hoops to do an event is like not a major thing for me. You know, especially it's my first Pro Solo ever. And I've done plenty of autocrosses that I had to jump through hoops, but this one was just very taxing on my brain and very stressful because did I do it right? Didn't I do it right? And then when you get there, you gotta weigh your car if you need to weigh your car. You gotta get your stickers, your sponsored stickers for the
The same
event.
stress levels as you're doing your texts.
Almost. I mean, like just getting the stickers alone was a pain in the butt. And you know, walking the course. the day before, that's a good thing. But I think if it's your first autocross event, a Pro Solo is not it.
No,
I
definitely
would
not.
say start with your local events, local club events, and then progressively go through like a Pro Solo or an SSCA event. But it was definitely challenging for me because of how long it was, and the competition to me was on another level.
Oof.
I mean, like the Golf Coast autocross that we go is pretty.
There's a lot of cars that we never seen usually.
Yeah, a lot of
Our
cars, a lot
local
of drivers
events.
we've never seen. We had national champions there.
Those
we
guys
had-
coming from other states and not just the next state.
Yeah, and these guys are on another level, a complete other level of driving skill. Because
There was a guy that
I
stopped.
barely beat a stock Miata. I barely beat a stock ND, which is not even on racing tires.
Nope,
I barely beat them.
they're still street tires.
Eric beat me unusually, because Eric usually on a good surface with traction, I beat him. But this time, he beat me. I mean, like, the slower cars were going a lot faster than the faster cars when it comes to horsepower per pound type of deal here.
That event had a lot of pro drivers. There was a lot of guys with a lot of experience there.
Yes, a lot of good drivers. And if you're like me, that's what you like. That you like the challenge.
Yes.
You like seeing where you stack up, so to see what I can do better and stuff like that. Unusually, I thought Gio was gonna do better, but unfortunately he didn't do. Where did you end up?
I think my fastest ended up being a 54.9.
I got a 51, and I had to fight
I had
to
to
get a 51.
I really had to fight for that 54.
And
That was a
Eric
high
got what, a
54.
50?
52 something.
52-0.
52.1 I think or something like that.
You
Was
sure?
It was the
Yeah.
low 52.
I might have been looking at the PAX time.
Oh yeah, PAX is definitely gonna be different.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a Miata, STR is like where you want to be.
It's nice. It's
Because
like
it's
not,
nice.
not too modified, and
You get to do things to your car.
it'll still be it's very daily drivable cars. So
I mean, like, me and you are gonna start doing the Gulf Coast STR classes. I want to try my hand at other forms of driving. So me and G are gonna start co-driving on STR with his NC. And, we have a few things that we want to do before we are fully prepared, but we're still gonna send it next weekend in Gulf Coast, and I'm excited to see how that goes. We're just gonna try and finish off the RE71s that we
let's
have.
see how many events they have left in it. Probably not much.
I think we're gonna finish them off this weekend. To be
Possibly,
honest.
especially doing dual drivers.
Yeah, so I think the next set of tires we're gonna get are probably gonna be Falcons. Me and you're gonna go halfsies on those.
Fucking
The-
660s.
The 660s. That is what's hot right now, dude. The RE71s are out of sale. I don't think they're selling right
I don't think
now.
they're
The
gonna come
rivals are expensive as hell compared to the 660s. I think like $50 more per tire.
Per tire.
So that is crazy.
Mhm.
So for the performance that I've seen people be getting, especially Eric. That's the tire to have right now, without a doubt. No buts or ifs. So, yeah, the Pro Solo was something else, and the hotel we stayed just made the experience a little harder, but fun at the same time because we got a story to tell. Like,
Oh,
we're
that's
telling
for
you
sure.
guys that. I mean, like, the water neck for the shower was falling apart. The whole thing was falling apart.
If you look at it wrong, it probably fall on your head.
Yeah, and there was no hot water. Like, I figured a way of turning the knob so some hot water comes out, but it's still like pretty.
Unfortunate for Amari, he didn't. He took a Russian shower.
Yeah, he didn't wait for the MacGyver of the groups to come in there and figure it out. But yeah, if you're looking to do a Pro Solo and you've done other autocrosses, I highly recommend it. It's a hell of an experience,
That was
and we still haven't experienced 100% of it.
yeah.
Because we're gonna try, maybe, possibly, if we're lucky enough and we're up for it, the Atlanta one. But I highly doubt that at this point.
Definitely would like to make it out to that one.
Yeah.
I would like to really experience a real. I won't say real, but definitely
A full.
a full tilt Pro Solo where they have the mirrored course and you're running heads up against other drivers.
Yeah, that is gonna be extremely fun, dude. I can't wait to do that legitimately, and maybe a better surface, because the only thing about the firm track is that at low speeds like that, and those change of directions really properly, the course is really dirty.
It was dusty.
They have a lot of dirt everywhere, and it's kind of like interjecting because of the rallycross. It comes onto the track, and it was very bad on Hoosiers. I had little to no traction, and at the same time, I was having TPS sensor issues and fuel issues because every time a car gets to have a tank, and I forgot to take my extra gas tanks to the firm. Every time I get that sloshing or change of direction when I'm close to have a tank, my engine gets starved, and I get some fuel cuts.
Granted, the fuel runs that you did, I didn't think it would run out that much fuel.
Yeah, I remember like when we were doing donuts in Tennessee, it was cutting out until I filled it up. You know what I mean?
I was saying like I didn't think you'd run through that much fuel. Like you went up there with a full tank and just...
Remember, I was warming up the car. I was driving the car around to get it warmed up and stuff like that. That consumes fuel, especially E85.
Yeah.
E85's rate of consumption in any car is way higher than regular gasoline. And on top of that, you saw me having TPS sensor problems.
Yes.
Like I would accelerate, the car would wait and then go, wait and then go, and then sometimes nothing, a lot. So I was full throttle, no throttle, full throttle, no throttle in some of my runs, and I still managed to put on a good time, but it wasn't enough. Better. Yeah, and plus my packs times are not really good because of how modded I am, so I have to be even faster. So mind you, I had these issues, and I had my psychological problems because of how hot it was, and the day was just grueling. Like the sun, the not eating, it was just grueling and taxing, and I was just extremely tired. And I was happy with the time I did. I think I ended up in 3rd place in the prepared classes because they bunched us up together because there wasn't enough to have single classes. I ended up in 3rd place, but something happened. I think somebody contested a time or something like that. I ended up in 4th place. So I think 4th place in a competitive class, because it's hard to be competitive and prepared unless you're like an alien or something like that. That can really get every single ounce of performance out of a prepared car.
That's something that's going to take a couple of years of like getting it down.
Yeah. I think I'm going to fix my problems by buying a better TPS sensor and either keep the car full, don't forget my jugs of gas, or just buy like Eric proposed that I buy it like an extended sock from Jigs that could prevent the fuel starvation problems that I have because it's a longer sock, a pickup sock.
So it's picking up more while as the slosh is happening.
Right. Because the G-forces that I'm having in that car sometimes are pretty bad.
Definitely nowhere near stock. I mean, I've run my fuel tank a lot lower than that. I never had that issue.
Yeah, and it's always when I have Hoosiers when I have that problem.
That's when you're in maximum grip, basically.
Yeah. So guys, I highly recommend a Prosolo. It's fantastic. It's super fun. If you guys have any other questions about a Prosolo event, let me know. You know, like I'll try my best to answer. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube as well, talking about these events. And you know, I have a full day's video on my page, so you guys can go check that out. My car, I have some intake noises video, which sounds pretty dope. It sounds like I have ITVs on my car, on my 3 runs. But yeah, guys, I loved the Prosolo. Do you have any other tips or something you can recommend for them?
Seat time.
Seat time, yes. I'm gonna try my best to get more seat time, but you know, meanwhile, I'm gonna be distracted with this season in STR with these guys. I'm gonna be running with Eric,
fun.
Gio, a couple of the guys from Gulf Coast that are really good.
It's the class is growing a good bit. There's a good amount of drivers. We'll see. Registration opens up tomorrow, and by Friday, we'll see how many drivers we have in STR. Hopefully, we have a good.
I'm super excited, dude. I can't wait to start it off. You know, maybe we're gonna do a little tricks
see how much damage the boat can do.
Exactly, we'll see how much damage the boat and us can do. You know, like we're literally, you're 2 races that negative. I'm 1 race negative. I have 1 point literally.
Yeah, if I wanna make it this season in SDR, I cannot miss any more events.
So it's 8 straight events that we have coming up. I'm gonna be posting every single one of those. And in between, we're gonna have some autocrosses that I am gonna definitely take my car out to, and I'm gonna put that up. Just like street racing made safe. If you like some seat time and you want to dial in your car, I
Especially
think,
in Miami, there's not
especially
many
my
events coming around anymore. Aside from SRMS is the only one that's actually been pretty consecutive with their
yep,
events. ER is starting to every once in a while do events again.
yep.
I don't know if Porsche Club is still.
And Porsche is doing them, but they're having some difficulties with locations. But
Yeah, it's a tough thing here in Miami, man. We're
if
losing a
you're
lot
in
of our
Miami,
local events.
if you're in Miami and you want some autocrossing, and you don't want to drive too far, street racing made safe. It has you covered. You know, you
Mario's
get
the man.
Mario's the man. You get as much seat time as you can in that event. And if you don't have a lot of money and you want to volunteer, maybe get a free event the next time. He's always looking for volunteers, so you know you can hit Mario up and Street Racing Made Safe and offer volunteer services to pick up cones.
It's definitely worth it.
It's definitely worth it because I mean you do pay $75, but for those $75 you get a lot of seat time compared to like a autocross that sometimes gives you 3 runs. Compared to a Street Racing Made Safe, you can possibly get 10 runs, or maybe more.
I mean,
If you're on the ball.
There's guys that got in 32 runs.
There's people that got in 32 runs. I've gotten 27 runs in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the days when I had regular tires. And yeah, guys, yeah, let me know if you like this segment of my channel. I'm gonna try to do some more of these. Try to have a couple more people of our friends over. Probably have Eric over, Renee over, some more of our friends over to have more in-depth discussions about, you know, because we are like basically, we're not that experienced, but we are in the middle, in between experience autocrossing and track days, and you know,
yeah, we dipped our feet in a lot of things.
Yeah, we have our 2 cents about a lot, and I think for somebody that's starting out, I think it'll be a good influence on you guys to, you know, just listen to us and hear us out to see what we got to say. And you know, this channel is not about taking yourself too serious. This channel is more about having fun, going out and doing things. You know, me and Gio, Eric, we always encourage all the new kids to just go out there and just do it.
Yeah, man.
Just get your feet wet, you know, just do it. It doesn't take much. It just takes...
If you really think about it, that's enough to go out and do it. You don't need to, like, modify your car to get it ready. No, it's just make sure it's all good. Make sure you got oil before you start doing your runs. Make sure you got decent tire tread wear on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, going out to do it, it doesn't take much, like you said. It just takes the need for the want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Your car doesn't need to be perfect. Your car needs to just start, run right.
Basically the same...
No major oil leaks. Like, example, your car can, if it's gushing out, that's a problem.
Yeah, don't
if it has a drip or two here and there, you park it and it has a little puddle in the water, that's not that big. I mean, like, if it's throwing out clouds of smoke, that's a concern. But if it's just smoking a little bit, dripping a little bit, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, the requirements are the same as your daily driver, you know? You just need it to keep on running and...
Yeah, I mean, like, the beater burns the beater burns a little bit of oil, burns too much gas for sometimes.
Yeah.
Has a leak here and there, but we take it out and beat on it and it's there. So if you guys want to do it, just make sure your car is okay and you guys go out there and do it.
Beater's been the most reliable car I've had.
I think it's the most reliable car I've had a chance to be in. So yeah, guys, this channel is just about that. Just about, I'm not trying to flex with my K-Swap Miata. He's not trying to flex with this Turbo Miata. We're just trying to show you what's possible, you know, like if you have the want to do it, like just go out and do it.
If you're ready to go spectating events and like you have an urge to do it, man. Don't hold yourself back.
Yeah, you losing out on experiences, on good experiences, good meeting new people. You know, it's just overall fun.
And there's opportunities in anything in there too. You know, there could be more than you think there would be.
There is a lot more, because when I first started, I was like some of these guys that just went and watched, and I'm like, bro, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. And I was concerned about my car. And then when I started doing it, I'm like, these things can hold more abuse than I ever thought.
Heck,
my 1.8 had a crank wobble, had an oil leak, I never changed anything on it, and I was out there with my massive crank wobble, kicking butt, and I had a blast. So yeah, guys, don't hold yourself back. Just try to go out there and have fun. Is the main point of the channel. So that's what I personally and my friends always trying to push on you guys is just, if you want to do it, just do it. Don't wait for anything. Just go out there and do it. So that's the main point of my channel. That's the main point of my Instagram. That's why everybody that sends me a question on Instagram, I always answer it. Anybody sends me a question about anything, about my bills or my friends or whatever, I always answer. And if I don't know have the answer, I'll ask my friends or people I know, or point you in the right direction so you can get your answer. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And do you have anything else to say?
Seat time.
Seat time. All right, guys. I'm gonna make a show with that. Seat time. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it.